It's the Daily Dose from Countable, citizen tech so that you are in charge of your government. I'm Andrea Seabrook. Hey, did you register for the draft? I mean, when you turned 18 or around that time, did you go down to the post office and fill out a little card or a piece of paper that told the U.S. government, where you lived and how old you were and how to find you in case America suddenly needed big military force? You may have filled this out online because it's still required by the U.S. government when you turn 18. Well, here's one thing I can guess about you if your answer is yes. And that is that you are probably a man. Men are still required to register for the draft, for conscription. And women are not. They have never been. It seems silly in a way, right? To make a big deal about that. But listen, is there anything else that you can think of? Any other legal demand from your government on you and all American citizens? Anything that you can think of that is required of only one sex? Only females or only males? It's a really fascinating case study of American cultural life. And it's one of the issues that splits people, splits engaged Americans, thinking Americans, those of us who are worried about these things. It splits us in ways that are totally unexpected. The question right now in Countable is, should women have to sign up for the draft, just like young men have to? Here are some of your thoughts. Countable citizen Catherine says, yes, it is a part of women's reach for equality. If we require men to register, and to be fair, we have to require women to register for the draft. At the same time, Countable user Kansas Tamale voted no. Quote, no one in this country should have to register for the draft. Then Countable citizen Edmund has this to say, quote, in the event of a national emergency so severe that a draft is necessary, we must be able to mobilize all available personnel, regardless of gender. And then Countable user Charlotte says, quote, female doctors and nurses are registered by way of licensing. The state knows actually who they are and where they live, and the Pentagon knows how many of each is needed per soldier. Okay, and last quote, and I'm going to make my point here. Countable user CHP Whom says, quote, I agree with people that the draft shouldn't be a thing anymore, and therefore neither sex should be required to be drafted. They go on to say, I also wonder about whether both parents of a household would be able to be drafted. Would there be limits because someone has to take care of the minors of the household? Do you see? Do you see this? Can you hear how smart people, engaged people, can have all kinds of different reactions to the same question? That's the thing. That's the thing we're trying to bring out here. That's what's important. When we, and I mean all of us, stop accepting the canned, predetermined answers to any question in our society, that's when we kind of shake out the fluff from our ears. That's when we discover that we're not just playing some silly game here. None of us has to choose a side to be on. We are we. We have great power here. And the question is, what should we do with it? What should we do with it? Please bring your thoughts to Countable. It's citizen tech putting you in charge of your government. I'm Andrea Seabrook. Talk to you tomorrow.